Have you ever been in the middle of a beautiful moment and suddenly felt a little sad? Perhaps you were having dinner with your family, watching your child play, laughing with an old friend, or sitting in a familiar place that you knew you would not be in forever. Nothing was wrong. The moment was still happening, and yet part of you was already missing it. Hello and welcome back to a weekend episode of Daily English, where we try to grow in English and in life. Yesterday, we talked about the Harvard study of adult development and its powerful message. The quality of our relationships plays an important role in a happy and meaningful life. Today, I want to explore a feeling that may help us appreciate those relationships and other seasons of our lives while they're still there. It is called Anticipatory Nostalgia. Anticipatory nostalgia is the strange, bittersweet feeling of missing something before it has ended. You may feel it during the final days of a holiday, while walking through your university before graduation, when you notice that your children are growing quickly, or while sitting with someone you love and suddenly thinking, one day I may miss this exact moment. Now, of course, I do not want this episode to make us feel gloomy. The purpose is not to make every happy moment sad by constantly thinking about its ending. It is not to frighten us or make us anxious about losing the people we love. It is simply to name a feeling that many of us already experience. As they say, name it to tame it. When we can name a feeling, it often becomes easier to understand. Instead of being carried away by a vague sadness, we can pause and say, this is anticipatory nostalgia. I feel emotional because this moment matters so much to me. Naming the feeling can give us a little space around it. It can help us regulate it, reflect more deeply, and understand what it may be trying to tell us. And often, the message is quite simple. Pay attention. This matters. The truth is that life can be shorter than we imagine, and our time with other people is never completely guaranteed. Relationships change, people move away, children grow up, health changes, friendships enter different seasons. Sometimes we know that a chapter is ending, but often we do not. We rarely know that a particular dinner will be the last one of its kind, that a familiar conversation will not happen in quite the same way again, that an ordinary afternoon will later become something we could love to return to. This does not mean we should live in fear. It means we might want to stop assuming there will always be another opportunity, another phone call, another visit, another chance to listen carefully, another chance to say, I appreciate you. The temporary nature of a moment does not make it less beautiful. Perhaps it is part of what makes it precious. And anticipatory nostalgia is not only about relationships. You may one day miss the home you currently complain about cleaning. You may miss the work routine that now feels repetitive. You may miss a younger version of yourself who was still learning, struggling, and trying to find a way. Sometimes we do not realize that we are living through an important season until it has already passed. So here's a gentle practice. Sometime today, pause during one ordinary moment and ask yourself, might I miss this one day? Perhaps you're drinking tea with someone, walking through your neighborhood, hearing a familiar voice, sitting in a room you have known for years. If the answer is yes, you do not need to make the moment dramatic. You do not need necessarily to take a photograph or force yourself to feel grateful. Just stay for a few seconds longer. Look around, listen, Allow yourself to be there. Then perhaps do one small thing. Put your phone away, ask one more question, listen to the answer, say what you've been meaning to say. Because love is not only something we feel, it is also something we give our time and attention to. Anticipatory nostalgia may contain sadness, but it also contains gratitude. It reminds us that something is valuable before it disappears. It allows us to recognize a memory while we are still living inside it. So no, I do not want us to leave this episode feeling gloomy. I hope we leave it a little more awake, a little more present, and perhaps a little more willing to appreciate the people and moments that seem ordinary today. Because we may already be living inside a time we will one day miss. Take care, and I'll see you tomorrow.